Welcome to this new video on Forza Horizon 6, where I'm bringing you some gameplay with the new Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spyder, a new car that you can unlock for free in the game through the seasonal system. By the way, for your information, it's the last car of Season 3 to unlock in the game, which was a season, let's say, a bit focused on Italian cars. And to unlock it, well, you have 1 week between August 6 and August 13, 2026 to earn 20 festival selection points. So it goes really fast. It's like usual with these festival selection cars. In 30 minutes, you've unlocked them. I think it's the same for this one, and overall it might be worth it. First of all, because the car isn't slow, it's actually a pretty fast car, I think. It's originally in the S category, so that's not bad. But on top of that, because this car is a real quote-unquote new addition to Forza Horizon 6, in the sense that the Spyder, we've never had it before, neither in Forza Horizon nor in Forza Motorsport. But as I was saying, I put that in quotes because this car is simply a convertible version of another car we already had in the game, the regular Lamborghini Huracan Evo. It's the same car, exactly the same in terms of engine, and almost exactly the same in terms of performance, since the convertible version is just a little bit heavier. It has slightly less acceleration and a lower top speed. But it's actually exactly the same car without the roof, in the convertible version. By the way, a little info about that. Even in a race, you can't remove the roof from a convertible car. You can't do that during the event. If you removed the roof from your car before starting a race, starting a solo or multiplayer event, during the race afterwards, the game will keep the configuration you set for the car. If you remove the roof, you'll have a convertible for the race, like here. And if you put the roof back on before starting an event, well, the car will have the roof back on. Personally, I find it a bit weird to drive, even weirder to drive than the normal Evo. Actually, the front is fine. The front of the car is well planted on the ground in corners. You can feel that it's not going to lose grip. You can feel that the front end is going to turn in well. On the other hand, I think the rear doesn't grip the ground well and feels a bit heavy. So I think that can happen pretty easily. You know, losing the rear of the car. And since it's quite heavy, since there's a really big engine at the back of the car, that adds a lot of weight. A 5.2-liter V10 engine that produces 630 horsepower. Since the rear of the car is a bit heavy, I think that when you start to lose the rear, during braking, for example, kind of like just now actually, it just happened, braking in a corner, we came in a bit too fast into a turn. I think once you lose the rear, getting it back must be pretty tough. I think the car is really driven by the whole rear and it must be a bit annoying. So it's not an ultra-efficient car, it's not radical, but the lap time we did isn't bad at all. We did 251.603. For your information, that's still 2 seconds better than the regular Huracan Evo, which is actually supposed to be a bit faster. However, when you're in the open world, when the car is stopped, you can press the left joystick on your controller to remove or put the roof back on the car. It's a bit disappointing that this car lacks animation. There's no cinematic of the mechanical arms folding the roof into the trunk. That's a bit of a shame because this car was designed by Lamborghini to be able to open and close the roof while driving at speeds up to 50 km/h. Normally, we should be able to activate it while driving. But in Forza Horizon 6, we can't do it. It's a shame and unrealistic, but that's how it is. Let's see the upgrades and customizations. Okay, we can still swap it with big engines, including the V12 from the Revuelto. There's also the V12 from the Aventador, and the V12 from the FE50 GT. It's much heavier than I expected. It weighs nearly 1,800 kg. Yeah, no, it's actually a lot heavier than the regular Huracan Evo. So then, it's the same. You can put it in rear-wheel drive to save a bit of weight, but in my opinion, given the power it's going to reach, that's not going to be very interesting. As for customization, what do we have? Well, we're out of luck, you know? It's the same as always with Forza Horizon. Damn, there's the ugly spoiler, that's it. We're going to have to put it on because, like I was saying, the rear of the car, as for the front, it's fine, but the rear, really, there's nothing keeping it on the ground actually. The stock spoiler is really small, and as a result, the car is a bit tricky to drive. So now, if we want to fix the problem in the end, we'll have to put on the spoiler that will really keep the car planted once we're moving. Without it, I think we'll always have a car that's a bit of a mess. So we have almost 1,000 horsepower on the swapped one. And I think we have a car that's going to go up quite a bit in performance rating, maybe into the R category, even before swapping it, which is already pretty good. Just so you know, a little info about the car. It's already on semi-slicks by default. So that's not really something you'll be able to tweak much to gain performance. The only thing you'll be able to do is switch to slicks and put on bigger wheels. But let's just say that for a car that's on semi-slicks by default, it doesn't actually grip the road that well. All right, let's go. We're going to test this again on Forza with the upgrades. We'll test it with the swap afterwards. But maybe there's a chance it's not a bad car, you know? Well, first of all, R-Class, that's intense. It's still, let's say, the second biggest performance category in the game. And I think the swapped Evo was around R840, so only 10 points higher than what we have here, with a car that's not swapped. But this one is way cooler to drive. All right, okay, now we're talking. This is finally a car where the upgrades really change the way it handles. All the heavy, sluggish handling of the stock car is completely gone now. Now, it handles much better. That odd feeling in corners where the rear end pulls is gone. Also, the sound is really cool. I don't think the regular Huracan Evo with the same engine made this sound. Here, in my opinion, we've got something that's going to be much faster. We'll see with the swap just how fast it can be. But it's surprisingly capable. I expected it to be kind of a dud. Actually, it's true that in general, convertible cars in Forza Horizon 6 aren't usually that competitive. The Huracan Evo wasn't especially competitive and is slower than the Huracan Performante. Actually, what you need to understand about the Evo is that it's basically, to put it simply, the updated Huracan. It's not a radically high-performance version like, for example, the Performante, which was really made by Lamborghini to create a faster car. That's it. It's just a version that's, let's say, a bit updated. Slightly more capable than the base Huracan, but only just. So, it's not the radical version, and honestly, it's actually pretty cool to drive. It brakes properly. It accelerates well. It makes a slightly different V10 sound a bit more aggressive. It's well planted. It's responsive. It's actually not bad at all. Here you go. It's a nice surprise. I thought it would be harder, but it wasn't. It's cool. Now, let's check the final time. I think we're going to save quite a bit of time, and I think we'll see. But I also think we're going to save quite a bit of time compared to a regular Huracan Evo. It's really cool to drive. Honestly, I think it's even better than what those stats suggested, because they were saying 2.4 in GTR Max. And honestly, from what I feel, I think we're more at about 2.7, 2.8. We're not dealing with something extreme either. Not an extreme race car. But it feels more like a 2.7, 2.8 when driving than a 2.4. It's cool. And we're going to gain, quite a bit of time. We did 2.28 with the Evo Spyder. Well, you know, it's a bit strange. In terms of feel, I think it's much more dynamic than the regular Evo. Actually, in terms of lap time, we did just a little bit worse. We did 228.859. That's funny because in terms of feeling, it's much better. But actually, in terms of lap time, we did worse. All right, next we're going to swap it. And now, normally we should gain quite a bit more in performance. So if you really want to get the most raw performance, I recommend putting in this V12, this one, which has 700 horsepower stock. It's the V12 from the Aventador. And even though, originally, it's less powerful than the engine from the Revuelto, which has a bit more power stock actually, once you upgrade it, this engine becomes more powerful. I think by almost 200 horsepower. So, that's not bad. We're still at R981. Now, I'm going to check if I still have the upgraded Huracan Evo in my garage, so we can compare the stats of these cars. I don't know if I still have them. Let's take a quick look at that. Huracan Evo, if I have it, swapped too with the same engine, so with the V12 from the Aventador. Apparently, the Spyder is lighter, which doesn't make sense, but why not? We have better acceleration, better standing start, better braking, better handling, and better top speed. So actually, technically the Spyder is better in every way, which isn't normal, right? Again, normally, convertible versions of cars always perform worse than their standard counterparts at the same power level, actually. They generally perform worse because they're a bit heavier. So here, it's strange to end up with exactly the same improvements on a Spyder that's lighter than the non-Spyder version. So, why is it heavier? Because in general, since there's no roof, since here we're dealing with a convertible, the roof isn't solid. Well, actually, it is solid. Still, it's not as solid as pure bodywork would be. Engineers and car brands are actually required, for safety standards and also for the car's road handling, to reinforce the car, not through the roof, which normally, let's say, is part of the car's structure. Here, without a convertible roof, they must reinforce the chassis from underneath and add things that inevitably make the car heavier. So that's why it's still surprising that we have a car that's 2 kilos lighter, because it should simply be a bit heavier. And well, it's not a big deal. Let's just say it's not the first time there have been some weird things about car performance in Forza Horizon 6. A little bit weirder to drive now, with the V12 swap. We've gone back to handling that's a bit less effective, I think. What did we test before, where it was really well balanced? Now, actually, there's a lot of power, and it makes the car a bit unstable. On the other hand, it reaches 400 pretty easily, even with a downforce setting that's set up entirely for straight line runs and not for top speed at all. So yeah, it's not bad. I think for straight line runs, maybe we'll try this one later with a setup really focused on speed. On a straight line, I think it's a car that can easily reach 440 or 450 km/h. It seems to be pretty effective at that. Yeah, it's a little bit harder to drive, but you can still manage it actually. Actually, the thing is, by swapping it with a bigger engine than the one we originally had, we increase the weight. So, everything we managed to gain, let's say, in the car's agility, in braking, in handling and all that, we obviously lost it again by putting in a heavier engine. But I still think that in the end, we're going to gain a little bit of time compared to the lap time we set before. Maybe we'll gain 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, we'll see. And I think that with a good little setup done by a professional Forza Horizon tuner, I think it could actually be a really good car. Maybe even meta in the S2 category, it's not impossible. And here we did a little 224 and some change. We gained 4 seconds, that's not bad. And we're even ahead of the Huracan Evo with the same engine swap. So you see, it's a bit weird what happened today. By the way, just to say, we're just ahead in the ranking, so it'll be easy for you to compare at the end of the video. If you want, I'll show you the lap time rankings we've made in this video series at the end of the video. So make sure to stay until the end. So overall, it's pretty nice, even if it's not an extreme performance monster. It's good. Nothing outstanding, but it's still good. And it's even better than the Huracan Evo. If you have 30 minutes free this week, unlock it in the festival selection system. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for my upcoming videos, and of course, follow me on Twitch for the next live streams. Follow me there as well, and use my gaming link associated with this video, which lets you buy your games for less while also supporting my channel. See you very soon for a new video. Bye.